You know, ladies and gentlemen, after last night on Sportswire Radio, where we had not one, but two major announcements. The first one was Ace Reed, who's from the land of down under, and all of a sudden now wants to go to the land of opportunities. He wants to start a new career and hopefully have some opportunities in the backyard, the underground wrestling circuit, and this side of the world. And then, while it took us a hot skip and a minute, Gabe Sayers, who's from our neck of the woods in Connecticut, decided he just showed up in Tennessee. And not only did he wrestle Anthony Steele, he wrestled some guy, James Taylor, who apparently everybody thought was done and was the owner of ROEW. And you might be wondering how we're going to top that. Well, right now, our guest has got a major announcement that you don't even know what it is. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what it is. And our guest here, you might have known him once upon a time in the ring, causing havoc in places like Beatdown, Backyard Wrestling, WTW, where he was the Loco Lucha Libre champion. He wrestled the likes of, well, this past Monday's guest, I don't know, Eddie Exile. He's also been in the ring with the likes of I don't know, last Wednesday's guest, JJ Stevens. He's also been in the ring with, how about somebody coming up in the All Wrestling Matters Hardcore Tournament, Viper? How about Tank? How about even a Cabin Fever death match he's in? How about what he did against Queso Blanco, where he literally jumped off what looked like he did his own Sting version and lived to tell about it and won the match? And he might talk about that. He might not talk about that. He's got a major announcement, and we're going to go straight, short, sweet, simple, and to the point, and everything else in a bag of chips, because after all, we are in prime time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all wrestling matters. And I can assure you, no matter what happens tonight, no matter what happens with this announcement, our guest will always be flying high. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know so many of his peers have gotten this introduction. He's waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. It wouldn't be a night on Sportswire Radio if we didn't do one of these at least once. So let's give him that introduction that he deserves, because after all, you might hear my introductions that might fly high time and time again. He figuratively and literally has done that, literally from all the way up, and you might want to say either the heavens or the hell. We'll figure that all and some. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to introduce this young man, this up-and-coming star. So let me give him that introduction and get right to it. So with that, wait for it. Further ado, here on the Sportzwire. Number one, Gable Butcho. You once knew him as the WTW Loco Lucha Libre champion. He caused some havoc. Simply put, his name is JB. Ladies and gentlemen, his name, for those that might be wondering, just simply is a question mark flying high. My friend, hope you're flying high after that one.
Oh, yeah. That was a hell of an introduction. Thank you.
I didn't think I could do it because last night I was on the air and we kept going, and it was Gabe Sayers, who showed up from our neck of the woods, went to Tennessee, and he was with Anthony Steele, and it turned out today he wrestled a match against Anthony Steele and James Taylor, and I had Ace Reed from Australia, and the shows never ended, and I was like, how am I going to do this? But then again, you're JB. You're flying high. You've literally done things where you've jumped literally off the roof. You've jumped basically off where everybody might stand at the ceiling, and You've lived to tell about it. You've wrestled Viper. You've gone through light tubes. You've beaten Tank. You've really done it all. You've been an emerging star in places like WTW, but I'm going to cut right to the chase here, especially because we're in prime time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all wrestling matters, Sportswire Radio. You promised more than a week ago a major announcement for the wrestling world, and I'm going to pass the baton to you and tell us, for those that are listening, what is your major announcement?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for all the announcement you've all been waiting for, here it is. So, if you guys watched my match with Midnight Boo, you saw that I was bleeding a lot and I was a little pale, just a little. It's because I sliced nearly completely through my finger and right here on my knuckle, which still isn't healed.
Oof, yikes.
But I'm still training.
Still okay, training. I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay.
I'm all great. But with all that said and done, and me losing my title to Robo Stoner, this is all leading up to me announcing my retirement from backyard wrestling and going into the pro scene. Not just like, you won't see me for another 2 years under a completely different name, new face. No.
I have a friend of mine who trained out of House of Glory from Amazing Red, and his name is Chris Urban. I interviewed him, I don't know, about maybe 2.5 years ago now, and it took him, no joke, to get his first match 5 years.
Hope you guys won't have to wait too long, because I can't tell you a confirmed date, because that leaves a whole surprise element that I kind of like out of it. So
I hate, after what's happened this week on Sportswire, I have to say it, I really don't like when people spoil things, because we had a guy on a couple of days ago, Craven Rage, who basically told everybody, hey, I'm going to be world champion. The match didn't air, and there was somebody else that was a champion, and the way it kind of took place in the stipulation, it was like, really made no sense. So I don't even care if it's friends of the show, it's people that come on recently. I really do not want to know what these surprises are. So I appreciate your honesty.
I'll just let you know that you won't have to wait. It won't be next year. It'll be 2024. Because I told you in the beginning of the year, February, not you directly.
No.
But I told the fans of WTW that this is my world. This is my wrestling world. And I will claim it. And I will fucking eat from the plate that I make from it. In the next 4 or 5 years, you'll be seeing me with all your favorites, and I'll be kicking their ass just like every other day.
Well, didn't you say, though, if I'm not mistaken, didn't you post something earlier this year that you had a goal to be on TV, I believe, within 5 years, no?
Yes, that was my goal. That still is my goal, because I can always get my grimy little hand somewhere.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. Listen, one of our friends who's been on this platform many times, his name is D'Angelo the Flame, who was in the Riot in the Ring. He wrestled his first TV match last weekend. He did it in Tennessee on a CW, the 24 or 29. I'm sure somebody will correct me on it. So why not you? I mean, listen, you have already proven to be kind of almost our version in this circuit of a Darby Allin. You've definitely been a death defier, figuratively and literally. So, why not? Look at what you've accomplished in a short amount of time in this circuit, and look at what you've done. Look at who you've wrestled, and if you go out there and train, and you go out there, maybe you have your first pro match, and I don't know, you tell us when in the next few months, and you start to move up the ladder, and you could definitely do it not only within 5 years, but easily within 5 years. So why not?
And another thing I want to leave off with is that when I say that you will see me, and you're not going to see the same yelling at the fans, you're not going to see the same kind of twinkle toad version of JB Havoc, because I was a little light-footed. you see me always busting my ass in old clips, and
You
I'll
you
show
definitely.
pride happily.
I just mentioned what you did against Queso Blanco. I mean, you literally jumped from the ceiling. I mean, Sting has nothing on you. I know, tough words. You're in
I'm
prime
gonna.
time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage. It's hard to, obviously communicate everything. There's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings. You've done a lot in a short amount of time, but I think you're taking the necessary step because let's be honest, there's a lot of people that come on this platform, as I'm sure you're aware of, in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. I do actually have quite an extensive background in the world of British independent wrestling, but you might want to say there's a ceiling that you kind of level off with when it comes to being in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. So if you're happy being where you are, you stay in it. Maybe you travel in different places, maybe you do different things. Nothing wrong with that. But you're a young guy, you've had a lot of success. You've shown yourself to be a guy that will go up against different people, have different types of matches. And why not go for it now? Because you know what? If you don't have that chance in a few years, you might regret it because the opportunities that are presented to you today, they aren't guaranteed tomorrow.
Oh yeah, couldn't have said better. Holy shit.
Well, that's why I'm here every day on Sportswire. That's why if you think about it, Eddie Exile, a man that you wrestled, he came on this platform. You think about a who's who of people that you've seen in WTW and other places. Rob O'Malley was here 2 weeks ago. I mean, you can go up and down the list of people that are here. And, some guy named Tarzan Duran, he's here Monday at 5 o'clock. And I guarantee you, when he comes here on Sportswire, it's not going to be like the other guys that interview him and go, what was your favorite thing? And when did you start wrestling? No, he's going to be here in a live crowd. He's going to never have dealt with somebody like me. And it's going to be, well, let's see how he does. Honestly, we'll see how he does. It won't be like, well, let's see how I do because I'm the guy that everybody comes to. So you're in the right place and the right time. But I got to ask you, we knew you as JB Havoc. We knew you as the former Lucha Libre champion. We knew you going up against these big names in WTW, but there's a question mark, and I kind of used it in my introduction, my loud, ringing introduction, where I think I was as close as I could to be flying high compared to you, my friend, but the question mark, are you now JB question mark? Are you a Riddler, kind of like the, Batman TV series and the comic book? So why the question mark, sir?
Let's just say we're in the processes of figuring out who we are, coming being not only a full-grown man because I am only 19, and I joined this like the backyard circuit the second I turned 18 because when
I would say almost 2 years, right? Was when you were in the circuit, right? Just about almost 2 years, something like that.
Year and a half.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. We just had you're from Reading, Pennsylvania. One of my friends is some guy, Aaron Blaze, and he's been doing it for 6 years, and yet you're the guy that's going to want to go pro, and you came and win. And what made you make the decision to change now? What was the decision?
I had a lot of family, friends, just saying you could be accomplishing a lot more because my life is wrestling. Like everything since I've been a child has been wrestling. This is how I live. This is
preaching to the choir, my friend. Preaching to the choir.
I had no other career choice but this. This is my only thing. If I don't make it here, I don't think I'll make it anywhere. But that's not something that I'm gonna.
No, you're gonna make it in the wrestling world. Don't. We had somebody on yesterday before Gabe Sayers was the announcement. She was going on about being a failure. I'm like, listen, I don't want to hear that talk. Or in prime time, the brightest lights, the biggest stage. You're not gonna fail. You've accomplished a lot in a short amount of time. And has those that have been peers of yours in this circuit, have they been supportive? What has that been like in terms of just what your peers are in this circuit?
Oh, my peers have been more than supportive. I got asked to work a UWF show a couple weeks. Eddie Exile reached out to me.
Yes.
And I couldn't do the booking because obviously I'm still in training and I'm dedicating all my time to that. and like it he came back with a lot of support. Like some people expect, like when you ask people shit, you expect them to kind of clash, but when you have
Yeah.
just a connection, it like you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, well, let me get to some comments here. I want to get to a few comments because there's some people that want to see you. I know I've only got a little bit of time with you because Mr. JB has got to try to be JB smooth and figure out what training and stuff like that. Zilla, our resident fan, resident expert, whatever it is, says hello. Chase Wakefield, also from the great state of Pennsylvania, who seems to know everybody. Do you know Chase Wakefield?
Glasses?
Do you know Chase Wakefield?
I do not know Chase Wakefield.
Wow, he's from Pennsylvania. He knows everybody. He seems to know everyone. I would have thought you would have knew him, but okay. Fair enough. I want to say hello to our general manager from the great future Atlanta Pro Wrestling and, of course, beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Hardcore, who was obviously the man that helped, alongside Copper Dragon, build GWC Intensity, the longest-running episodic show in backyard underground independent wrestling history. He says, hello, Reverend. Hello, Mr. Havoc. Thank you for your service in the yard of the backyard and the underground. Congrats on your level up to the next stage. Get the fundamentals to be your best self. Couldn't have said it better. Ace Reed, the man who yesterday certainly shook up the entire wrestling circuit by wanting to go from Australia, putting up $1,500 to now want to travel to America and follow in your footsteps. So you'll obviously have blazed the trail for him to walk through and certainly figure out to put the rest out. He says, good day, JB. So what would you miss most about this circuit? What would you miss most about it?
Just the utter creativity, because this ring is not just a place for us to beat up each other. It's where all of our minds come together and we become just more than two people. We become superstars. Not only it could be in a backyard, it could be in a bingo hall, it could be a fucking stadium, you could be inside a fucking school. Like, it doesn't matter. This art holds no bounds. You don't even need a ring. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you said that because, you know, a lot of your stuff is you've pretty much done everything. I've seen you wrestle on the ground. I've seen you wrestle in the ring. I've seen you wrestle in the garage. I mean, I've seen you literally wrestle from the ceiling. I think that shows that, yeah, I think wrestling to me in a lot of ways reminds me of like basketball, where basketball, sure, people see it in a glitzy arena with 20,000 people, but basketball, you could play in a schoolyard. I mean, I remember even as a kid playing basketball with garbage pails. I remember as, you know, I didn't go to the park and I had an empty garbage pail and we would just shoot the basketball off my stoop. And, you know, basketball is similar to wrestling in that sense, and that it's an art form. And if you want to go out there and do it, you did that. Let me ask you then, I always ask this question to people that come on this platform. I kind of know what the goal will be, but what are your goals then for the rest of this year?
My goals for the rest of this year is to just be everywhere, be seen, be noticed. Just get some notoriety, shake some hands, just get to meet some people to get me where I need to be. And just, there's one thing.
Go for it.
At the end of this year, the thought of JB Havoc will no longer be even a thought amongst the wrestling world, which it never, to my end, I think it was never anything. But let's just say the next version is going to be just too sweet.
Okay, and if you saw him on Instagram, that's his Instagram stuff, and that's certainly good. Let me ask you, though, I asked this question because I'm trying to go shotgun here because obviously you're a busy man and such, but if you were to look back, I know it's only been really a short career, but as you get ready to transition, was there one or two moments in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit in your career that stood out most?
It was like a little moment that I imagined as a child. It was a little stupid because, like, for me and my coaches, just because they're old school, they don't like backyard wrestling, so it's just like a little.
Yeah, I hear it from certain guys that come here. You know, Gabe Sayers is being trained by Paul Roman, Mario Mancini, and they look at it a certain way. And there's some people that, you know, have this prejudice against it, and I vehemently disagree with it. I'm going to be completely frank because I think it's bogus because if you don't mind me saying it, I think I brought up the term basketball. I played basketball as a kid, and people play basketball in the backyard. People play basketball in the schoolyard. What difference does it make? But, that's people's opinions, but I'm going to give you the floor back.
Anyways, fuck. All right.
We're talking about those one or two
So
moments. Yep.
where, like, the picture of Shawn Michaels where he's on his ass and just got handed the WWF title, winged the
Yes,
Exalted.
WrestleMania 12. Yep. The boyhood dream has come true. Yep. Finally come true. Yep.
My dream was just always to win a title. Like, that was my first dream, was win a wrestling title. So when I won the local Lucha Libre title, like, shit went blurry. Like, in my eyes, shit went blurry. Like, and then it felt like a dream. And then I cut a promo that was like, if I tried to do it now, I couldn't. And like, it just felt like that was the moment where I was like, damn it, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. Like, I can't go anywhere else. This is my.
It's that rush. It's that all of a sudden you got sucked into it because you knew it could be something, and winning a championship for some people can be a thing that leads to bigger things, not something that you parade around with it and hold it just because it's just you own a Fed or it's just that's what you want. It's you use that moment to say, you know what, I've always been into wrestling. I always wanted to do it, but now I really think that this is something I can do and take it to a level that could lead me to places where I want to be, which is ultimately on television.
It's beautiful. Everything that I've ever dreamed of is all in this ring, and there's only one way to do it, and it's by busting my tail, which training 5 days out of the week, not the easiest thing in the world.
Oh, I could imagine that. I told you, my friend, 5 years, and it took him 5 years to get to his first match. Now, he was, I would say, probably, you said you're 19. I would say he might be twice your age, and COVID was in between that. But the point is that, he's a lot more muscular than you. He's a big strapping guy, and he's a big strapping guy. Played in a band. Unfortunately, has the personality of almost like dry glue. But the point is that it took him. Well, I can say it because I can say anything I want because basically some call me the voice of the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but the point is that it took him 5 years, and for you to do it, it's gonna hurt. It is gonna hurt. But I look at it like anything in life. If you want to do something and if you want it that bad, you'll go through anything to do it. Yeah, listen, I'm here every night. You know what? I'm at almost 1,000 subs on YouTube. I didn't get it overnight. I didn't get everything. Everything, you just got to work for it. I think, listen, I've done other things in my life. I've been, moderately successful. I don't want to say I'm super successful outside of this world, but I've definitely done some things that, have made me successful. And I apply that advice to everybody that's here. And speaking to people, in the interest of time, I was in here with JB, who's a question mark, but he's going to be in a pro wrestling ring quicker than a New York minute, I have no doubt. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally where all wrestling matters. If you're on YouTube out there, please hit the sub button for me. It's $65.79. I am trying to get to 1,000 subs. Also, please support JB as well. And, I got to ask you, speaking of advice, I had Eddie Exile here on Monday's show. Eddie Exile, I have to say, is probably one of the most down-to-earth people that not only I've ever spoke with on this platform, but in this circuit. And what advice has Eddie given you? What was it like to compete against Eddie Exile?
Eddie's like twice my size.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
It's always fun because he can just his specialty, his special moves where he goes for the body slam and then the leg drop.
Yep.
Man, there's not one time I didn't get a face full of his ass. But it's all out of love, man. We all do our own things. I'm no fucking well, let's see what did I accidentally go a little too stiff with on Eddie? Who I feel like a lot of the time when I went for forearms, just because I didn't know quite how much to give into it, I kind of rung his bell a little bit. But you give and take. This is a business about give and take.
That's
You never
it.
got to worry about that.
That's it. I was listening to an interview where, it's not a matter of how you get hurt. It's, when you get hurt. And, those things do happen. It's like anything else. It's not a spectator sport. It's a contact sport. And things kind of happen there. And Eddie's a guy that, I really think I wish more people were like Eddie and what he brings to the table and how he conducts himself. And I really hope that, Eddie, continues to speak with you and gives you as much advice as possible if needed.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask. Yeah, jump in. Jump in.
There's one good thing I want to say about Eddie Exile is that he's helped me figure out more about this crazy little world and how to maneuver around in it. And like, did you watch the match with Jay Armani and Eddie? That match?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Like, thinking back now of where Jay Armani is, like even from my birthday, because that show was my birthday.
Happy birthday!
But it just shows what hard work can do, and I even just try to think about it in my own terms because I can't always put myself in other shoes. Like, you gotta go out reach about fucking balls, man. You can't just fucking.
You gotta reach for the stars, reach for the golden ring, and spread your wings. To quote some of the lyrics from our dreams from Van. It's like you, Eddie is an artist. Eddie is also a performer. He has music out there. You do music, so talk about the music a little bit for the audience, and how does that impact you into what you want to do in the wrestling world?
Music was a passion I tried pursuing like towards the end of high school. I do have some ambitions to get back into it, but it's not that I'm not as passionate about music because music flows my life. Music is my core.
Mm-hmm.
But like right now, I just want to get to where I need to be in wrestling, and then if I can get to that point in wrestling, I'll damn sure be able to get into music. I have a few friends in music that will be able to help me figure out the programs and the computer shit because that's mostly what I'm stuck on.
I noticed that there's a lot more people in wrestling that also dabble in music. Eddie Exile is one. I had a guest a couple weeks ago, Yoshi Matsuda from Australia, who's actually had a really successful career outside of wrestling in the underground circuit there in Australia. He's done some stuff that has like 40,000, 50,000 views on there. He's actually made money off his music, and I see it more and more that we have guys outside of the wrestling world that may be multitasking it. Why do you think that is, that now you are seeing more and more wrestlers, at least from our circuit, that are also performers and such? Do you have an inkling as to why that might be?
I feel like it's just the mixture of the two, and like when you put a certain song behind a certain match, it makes you feel a certain way. Like if I put a sad song behind Flair and Michaels, that makes you feel like if it's a sad song, it makes you feel sad. If I put angered music behind that, you think Michaels was trying to kill him up until the end of it.
Yeah, whereas I'm sorry and he kicks him, and yeah. Yeah, I could see that. No, I could definitely see that. And other guys I know, Shane Davidson, Alan Michaels, have had music out there, and it's a thing. And music, without music, how will we be able to communicate with them? We have about another 15 more minutes or so with Mr. JB. JB's obviously just wanted to come in, give us an announcement. We'll definitely have him on in the future to talk more about where he's going and what he's doing. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally where all wrestling matters. And I'm here again tomorrow. I'm here with Tyler Fury. Tyler Fury's all the way out there in the great city of Illinois. You saw him in the IMF recently in their most recent show over there, CyberSlam. Also, you're going to see more coverage Monday night with Tarzan Duran, 5 o'clock, D Savage, Tuesday at 8. I'll also have Jesse Daniels from IWA Deep South Carnage Cup, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time Tuesday, and Sean Jovi, the resident rock star, is in the house Thursday night in prime time at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a few more minutes with Mr. JB. Let me ask you then, in terms of just the training, so are you? I'm curious because I'm sure one person, JJ Stevens, very well, is going in the same direction that you are, alongside Devin Adams, who I know you definitely know as well. And they basically told me that they have to strip down what they've done in the backyard in order for them to be able to now go pro. In terms of it, is it the same approach for you, where basically you have to strip down all you've known and all you've done? And just talk about that for a few minutes before we move on.
Yeah, it's basically a lot of rinse and repeat. Like, my day-to-day when I have training is when we get into the gym, get in the ring and stretch, because like I usually get there really early, and it's just like I just want to feel the energy of the ring. It's just I don't want to be anywhere else but inside there. So I'll start stretching, and then by the time people start getting there, we're warming up, Hindu squats, push-ups, rolls, fucking whatever is gonna warm up my body for the day, and then we'll go through with some chain. I got chain pretty good. I like to get chain pretty good.
Let me ask you this.
Concept.
Jump in. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying it was a difficult concept. Go ahead.
So I was going to ask you, in terms of if you would have any advice to anybody in the backyard, in the underground, that might be considering, let's say, potentially making the jump to go pro, what would that advice be?
Here's one solid one. If you were looking to make this a living, start going to the gym early, because training will hurt a lot less then. If you're looking to make it a weekend hobby, have fun. When you're at training, you're just a bunch of dudes. It's just, you got to be able to embrace the fun of the business. You can't just always be stuck in your own shit all the time. Like, it's a business of love and hate. Let's embrace the love part of it. Come on.
I think that's like everything in life, though. I think everything, there are days that are just, every day is a perfect day. Yesterday, before I come on the air, and I have this long stream, and I run into two guys I thought were going to fight me in the 7-Eleven, and I see them in the street, and I give them the pigeons. It's just how it goes, but you got to go forward. You got to go and roll with the punches, more or less. How supportive has your girlfriend been?
Oh, she's fucking lovely. Oh my god, everything. When I nearly split my hand open, and I was bleeding for a long time. I don't know why I don't know what came to me to go back out for another segment where I got this injury, because it was just like flying glass, and I was like, yeah, that's just, yeah, and then it fucking cut me. She sat in the hospital room with me while I was still loopy and all over the fucking place from losing a lot of fucking blood. She was helping me direct myself, and she was there till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Wow. Wow.
Because it was busy.
Well, you know what? That's why she's a patron saint. I guess that's going to really help you go a long way in getting the support, because they say if you don't have the support, it's very difficult to go forward with this, and I'm very happy to see. So let me ask you, when you go pro, then I'm assuming some of the stuff you've done in places like WTW, you won't do as much?
I won't say you won't see me doing hardcore death matches. You're going to have to look out for me, because I'm gonna pop up, but you just gotta.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna ask you where are you gonna go. I'm not asking you where, because right now this was just to make the announcement. This was just to basically say, hey, you haven't seen me because of what happened my last match, but because I'm going to become a pro, I'm training. I thank everybody in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit that's been there with me, whether it's in beatdown backyard wrestling, whether it's in certainly WTW, and I want to say hello to my buddy Mr. Jake Dvorak. Obviously, I know you guys probably seen each other, here and there down the road, and yep. I was, very excited to see that Jake also was in UW. If you just missed him, that was the show I think that Eddie was trying to get you, and he wrestled Justin Abel Sane. That was 2 weeks ago because they had one show last weekend. It was the one before that where they wrestled. But listen, you're going about it to go pro, and it's the right thing. It's the right time, more or less. I know I only got a few more minutes or two, but so let me ask you a couple quick questions. So, what do you want to say to all the people in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit that has supported you here over the past year and a half or so?
Strap up, because this isn't JB Havoc. This is however you know me.
Yeah, I got JB with a question mark. That's what I got.
This is just a human. The person you see out there, that's a whole different fucker. I don't know who the fuck he is. But just know the waiting is going to be worth it. And if you're really looking that far into a microscope, keep your nose out of my ass and just strap up, because this is going to be a bumpy ride.
Everything's a bumpy ride. Yeah, everything's a bumpy ride. And D Savage, my guest Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, also wants to say, well, D Savage has made the jump as well. I see him all the time in the indies. So who knows? Maybe you'll see D Savage. You might that's one guy you actually could wrestle in the indies when you make it out there. You could that'll be one guy you could wrestle. I mean, it'll be rather interesting concept, you and D Savage. I'll have to probably bring that up on Tuesday's show with him and see what he thinks. That's because he's actually kind of doing the indie circuit. He's doing NEW, and he's become one of the favorites on Sportswire. He's here at 8 o'clock on Tuesday, so that could be at least one guy you could still see. And do you have any regrets about anything you've done so far? Is there any regrets before we move on to final thoughts? Do you have any regrets on anything, or no?
I wish, like, a lot of time, like, if you watch back a couple of my matches, you see me stop and like.
Yes. I did see that.
It was like I just need to get out of my own
way
nervousness. That's the way. It's just,
you can't be nervous. I got to be honest. It happens a lot. I know on this platform, guys get nervous. Guys get, they're like starstruck. And I tell people, you just got to pretend as if it's like you're wrestling on YouTube and you're doing the match. You got to think about how many people watch it on YouTube. There's more people that watch a match on YouTube than people that probably would watch it overall here. Sure, there might be more people live, but think of it like you're doing a match on YouTube. Think about it like, don't think about the best advice that I got. I took communications. I worked in politics. The best advice that I was ever given was just think about it like nobody's around. It's a regular conversation, a regular match. And I think those things, because the nerves, listen, you're going to have to do promos. You're going to have to go out there and speak for yourself. I know you've basically been one of these guys that's spoken more or less with what you do in the ring, the death-defying stunts, the Darby Allin type style, the guy that just goes out there. Another guy that wants to say hello before we move on. Oh, I know you definitely know him. You definitely know Doc Holliday. He is the Riot in the Ring winner. Doc. GTS, yes, the legendary Doc Holliday, of course, who won the Riot in the Ring. WTW, GTS, UWF, everywhere. He is a legend. And Doc giving you any advice, or is maybe Doc just hearing now that you're going pro?
I have spoken to Doc once, and it was because I wanted to work him for a WCW show, but storyline plans got intertwined with it, and I was kind of upset, and I would like to apologize to you, Doc, because I really wished I got to work with you.
Well, you never know. Listen, who knows? But, look, what can you do? You only can do so much, and, you're making the jump. And for the audience that's coming in here now live, the news is, before we move on, because unfortunately JB has to go and get ready to go back, and he's hitting the gym tomorrow. He's got training sessions ahead, and He is now officially stepping into the waters of becoming a professional wrestler. He is retired from the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. He is obviously moving on. We will see more details on his Instagram page on what the next steps are. There'll be more information there also in terms of just what you'll see, what he's doing. He'll update us. He'll also be back here on Sportswire Radio over the next month or so.
Yeah.
Update us on just what his progression is, how he's doing. So, obviously one door closes, another door opens. After JB, not at the moment. Why? Does somebody want to come on and talk and address? Do they have an address? Do they want to address the world? But yeah, there's possibilities. There's always doors are open on Sportswire. But I know you got to get going. Is there anything that else you want to say before we get to closing thoughts? Is there anything else you'd like to address to the world before we say sayonara?
Other than just saying thank you for everyone that's actually sat there and watched my clips on Instagram and just giving me time of day at some point of your day, it means a lot to me. Whether you see it or not, it means a lot. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's supporting me. And just thank you to my girlfriend because she had to step out for this. Because I don't know why she just chose to, but
she just she maybe she just wanted you to have the moment. She just wanted you to do something for you. I think she just wants to be supportive. She just wants to be there for you. I think that I don't know. I would just say this before we move on, and if Mr. Dvorak wants to join, I'll certainly send him a link. Maybe I'll stay on here and hang out for a while longer. We'll see. But I would say that listen, your support system is the most important thing that will get you to where you want to be. So because you have her, I think that's going to be your biggest institutional advantage. It's not your wrestling ability. It's not what you're going to do talking wise. It's not going to be whatever you might be or deciding to be. It's her support, because there's an old adage, if you don't have any support, you got nothing. So really, it's her support that's going to carry you here. And I definitely us to borrow you for a few minutes. Anything else that you want to share with the audience and such, and anything else? Any final thoughts?
Nah. Other than Doc, one day, Doc, one day. I want to have a match with you, so I will make that happen one day. One day. All
right. Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be good. I want to thank you for your time. I think I am going to stay on the stream because I have a feeling I've got some people here that have some surprises. So if you want to talk, we can certainly talk on that. So I'm going to let you run because I think I might just stay on the stream because I have a feeling that there's going to be some people who want to talk. So I'm going to let you run. I'm going to thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on this journey. I can't wait to see more of it in the future. And definitely let's keep in touch. And I'll see you hopefully in the next few weeks. And we can talk more about the progress and maybe go back down memory lane.
Oh, yeah. This was a great time. Thank you for having me on the show.
My pleasure.
And, yeah, just thank you. This has been
you got it. I'll let you run. That was JB with a question mark. He has now decided that he is no longer going to be an active competitor in the backyard in the underground wrestling circuit. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, and it looks like we have some surprises. I guess I'm going to stay on and hang out here. I'm going to be, it looks like, joined here by a few people. I want to say hello to, speaking of people that were surprises, I got none other than Mr. James Taylor, who all of a sudden, I thought you were retired, James Taylor. I thought, James Taylor, you were, no longer wrestling or maybe just an owner. But I apparently saw in Resurrection Wrestling that you wrestled a match today against some guy named Anthony Steele and Gabe Sayers. I'm sure that we'll have to talk about that real soon. Who knows? Maybe talk about that as soon as, I don't know, tomorrow. I mean, ADT was supposed to come on, but I think ADT can take a step back because if James Taylor is in the ring, That's going to certainly break the internet. So James Taylor is back. It's only 1 minute. Well, it's only 1 minute. What do you mean? What's only 1 minute? Your return to the ring? It was only 1 minute. It wasn't one. You were out there in Resurrection. Clarify what the 1 minute is. But speaking of surprises, I got somebody here for a few minutes now. I know you now. Now the good news, I'm sure today. Now, congratulations on yesterday's show. But I would have to think Jake. Now, can I call you Jake Dvorak, or do I have to call you Jake with a question mark?
Whatever you want.
I'm going to call you Jake Dvorak because I don't want to get on your bad side because you'll definitely still put me in light tubes. You'll still do me on things. So first of all, how you doing now? How you doing there?
Very good. I'm doing very good. How are you
Now, the good news is, thankfully for your sake, you went to bed early yesterday. We didn't have to go through what I did yesterday and most of the people. We were waiting for this big announcement. I'm sitting there warming up. First of all, I had somebody used to be named Trinity come on here and talk about a podcast, and I'm like, we're live. It's definitely the witching hour. Ox McCoy did kind of make up for it, but then we had Gabe Sayers, who you know very well. I'm not going to ask you about him, but he showed up in a state in Tennessee, and then he wrestled a match with Anthony Steele, who James Taylor somehow sort of was involved in it. But what brings you here tonight on a Saturday night, sir?
I mean, it's a great Saturday night.
You're the world champion, first of all. I should definitely welcome you here anytime. I mean, you're a world champion. You just went out there. You have a winning record against Power Surge. I should certainly make sure that anything you want, I mean, you're going to probably be one of the people, once I get the tattoo and get to 1,000 subs, that's going to, wait a minute, I know you. Do I know you? Are you here to beat me up? Are you here to beat me up? What did I say? Should I apologize? Is there anything I said in the last week? Just let me know, because I know there's a lot of things I say each and every day on this platform. So if you want, I'm going to say it right now because you're a big man. Don't eat me. I'm very sorry. Whatever it was.
I already ate. You're good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So that's good. But so how are you guys doing? What's on your mind? I see people here. They're hanging out. They're like, what's going on? So what can I do for you guys on a Saturday night? Hopefully it'll be entertaining. Oh, I see somebody else. I know you. I know. I've seen you referee. I've seen you wrestle. You're definitely hardcore. I'm going to see you coming up. And yes, hi. How are you, Rhea Silva? What is going on today? You've been dealing a lot with Jake on Vortex and such. I mean, are you? Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Now I see you. You're zero, but you're definitely not zero. I mean, definitely, to quote one of the old Black Sabbath songs, you are more than Zero the hero. But I'll just say hi because I could see you're modest. You're very modest here. But how you doing? I hope you're. Wait a minute. Now I know you. I know. This is really this surprise is a little bit better than yesterday's surprise because I had to wait and wait and wait. It was almost like I think DG Colt wanted to hang me. I think Aaron Blaze was like, "This is the surprise," but how you did that? Wait, no. See, no. Now this is what's getting more weird because I just saw you commenting. Wait, how is that possible? That you could be in a YouTube chat and then be here right now on the screen. Do you have like AID savages that are all of a sudden like typing for you and streaming for you? Is there something I'm missing? Has the Celtics championship gotten to your head? Is that something? Congratulations. We'll talk about it Tuesday. I will say you will actually have some surprises, some hardcore surprises. You actually might get a chance to meet face to face on that, but I mean, you guys obviously are mad at me, so what did I do over the past week?
You see, Tom Bryce, we're upset that you didn't come down to Riot in the Ring.
I have heard a lot of people are upset with me. I was told I should have been there at Revenge Rumble, but thankfully I wasn't there because the audio was really bad, so I would rather have not been there. A lot of places I haven't been, but so how are you guys feeling on a Saturday night? It's what's I don't know what else to say other than you all look good. You all look good as usual. You look good.
Doing good. We just got our first taping in after Riot in the Ring today. We have a few surprises.
And do me a favor, please don't spoil those surprises because I don't.
I was just gonna show you what I won today.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
You know what? I gotta say that's why I always liked you because you know what? What we had a few days ago, I don't even want to continue to speak on that, but I'm glad somebody got the message that they really shouldn't support, especially for guys like me that watch your content to make sure that we don't get a chance to see the results. The finished touches.
Well, you want to know? Rhea Silver actually was able to. Nah, I'm just.
I'm sure Ray is like, what did I do now? What did I say?
Damn.
Damn.
Oh.
Good.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm happy to hear you guys are out filming again, and I have a lot of people. Doc Holliday is basically yelling out all your names. James Taylor, who again was wrestling, I don't know if he's got an AI version. He's commenting, saying hello, and I'm happy about that. I'm excited you guys are going out there. I know a bunch of you guys are going to be. I have the guy that had the man bun. He's here Tuesday night. I know Justin Abel's. Yes, the man bun. The man bun. Yes, you got the. I said it's the man bun. What else do you want me to say? It's the man bun.
I mean, the guy that won the undisputed title for how long, Tom?
27 seconds? Was it 27?
Close.
236. 236.
Close.
236. I mean,
you know what? I'm getting confused with him and Nicholas Crenson. I think Anthony Steele beat Nicholas Crenson in like 27 seconds. So, and Nicholas Crenson still says it's a great match. But hey, everybody each to its own. God bless. But obviously, I'm excited about you guys also because I said Justin Abel Sane's going to be here on the 20th, which is a Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. You're going to be here that week. I think you're here the next day. Now, who is there? Somebody else? If it's Anthony Steele there in the background, I'm going to say that's not possible.
Well, here's the thing. Anthony Steele talked all this smack saying, he wants to come up here, You know what?
But Gabe Sayers went down there. That's what I'm not understanding. Anthony Steele says he doesn't want to come up to you guys, but Gabe Sayers went down there.
Well, here's another thing. Max Chaos or Chaotic, he got a little bit upset since we were calling him out in the group, in their live chat.
Well, you know what? That's happened here. I'm sure you heard months ago. Anthony and James said a lot about him then. I mean, I'm not going to.
That he was better than all of us, and that was after we left the group chat, not the group chat, the live chat. But he was saying about how we should have just showed up if we wanted to show up, and it's funny.
That's the surprise, I see. Please don't beat me up. Please don't beat me up. Hi, how are you? Somebody that actually has almost as much facial hair as I do. Nice to see you. But yeah, look, I wouldn't worry about the Tennessee Backyard Wrestling crew. I mean, I'm sure there's other people in other places that would be glad to have you.
They're not going to come up to NEW because they're afraid.
Well, it's real where you. Man, I got this. It's real where you guys. Action. We see what you guys do out there. No, it's not the Heinz ketchup packets. It's not the art pastels that I had in high school art class when I was drawing my cubes all day. It's not you see the styrofoam chair shots. It's not the Toys R Us Army 99-cent bag I used to get in the little convenience store Army toys where we put the guys through. What you guys do through here, it's all. The barbed wire is real. The tables are real. The chairs. I mean, ask D'Angelo Laflame. I mean, I'm sure he'll give you a full scouting report and a full 9 yards on it. So, I mean, if he knows it better than anybody else, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, and unlike the state of Tennessee, you see all of us, none of us are injured. So, that's another thing here.
Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest. I'm really trying to bite my tongue on that, but I watched one company in the state of Tennessee before the other one, and I watched one match with Darren Blaze, and the guy needs to pick his pants up. He wasn't wearing shoes, and it was like he did like I don't want to get into it. Because Aaron Blaze is going to be like, that's my company. I'm like, okay, so and then they're friends of the show.
Aaron Blaze, he always talks about coming up here. I mean, if he's just going to keep.
You guys aren't far, right? Massachusetts and Pennsylvania, from my geographic standpoint, they're not far from each other. So I'm sure that instead of taking the 9-hour Greyhound, he could take the 90-minute shuttle.
Step in the ring like guys like us, with girls like us. We have Ray Silver, we have Tyson Spade. I know.
Well, what have I said all the time in the past 5 months on the platform?
Zero over here.
Listen, what have I said the last 4 or 5 months on Sportswire? How many? 6 are in there? 7? I'm sure I'm missing somebody. That all of you and any other place, with a couple of exceptions that come on here, all you guys are top-notch talents, main eventers, world champions, and that's why I say
Chaotic's better than us apparently. So
who's better? Wait, who's better than you?
Chaotic.
Do I really want to go there with the cosplay? I'm trying to bite my tongue. He follows me on TikTok, so I'm really trying to bite my tongue on that.
You know what? It's a shoot night tonight, I guess.
Well, that's what we do on Sportswire. That's what people all they want to hear is me shoot and other people shoot here. But listen, you guys aren't shooting blanks. The only people that would be shooting blanks is those that would actually want to step fit with you guys. Yes, and the Surge is, the Surge. You would be a great bouncer at like a strip club, Mr. Surge. You'd be like one of those guys that get paid like $500 an hour. Like the way you're standing there right now. You would be like a great if I mean you're a busy man. You're obviously a fitness trainer. You're a man that can lift like 40,000 pounds. But like I'm sure that you'd be a great bouncer. Maybe you could be like a security guard to like Taylor and Travis. I'm sure they could afford it. You could be standing there and they could go out there and figure out the next video and everything they post. You'd be good. But I know you're a busy man. You're obviously torturing D Savage in the ring most of the time, so I'll leave that at that. I had to throw a little subtle dig at Mr. D Savage. He'll be getting some of that on Tuesday's show, I'm sure. But don't worry, it wasn't because the Celtics won the championship. It was really because of the fact that you're going to be dealing with the landlord of Sportzwire Radio, Mac 10, who's going to probably who by the way had to probably put up with Gabe Sayers for a night. Yes.
Mac, fuck him.
Oh.
Well, you know what? Good thing for you though. I think Mac is busy in Tennessee, so he didn't hear this one. But I'm sure on Tuesday, let him know that. Now, I'm sure he'll ask for a link. He'll go, link please. This is what Mac and Anthony do. Link please. They go like this. Link please. Invite. This is what Anthony does. Link please, and Mac goes invite. That's all their words are. It's no, hey, can I come on? Hey, you available? No, it's link please and invite. So that's how welcome they are on the platform, or how they, I guess, own the platform. Maybe you guys should start taking up that space. I mean, look at there's more of you than them. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You can bring on anybody right now. Bring on C2K. Bring on Silver.
No, I don't want to bring on C2K. No C2K.
Bring on
I have Shock, and listen, I have Vargas and Shock next Wednesday. I think they dealt enough with him on that. I had Rob O'Malley here a week and a half ago, and he was like off the air. Let's not go there. Listen, let's get bygones. Let's not do an Anthony here and be like, oh yeah, let's bring everyone on and let's live and let die, to quote Guns N' Roses, and well, the Guns N' Roses version at least. I don't know, but.
Savage, do you have anything you want to say about anybody in particular?
I want to say anything before I let you guys go party like it's 2025. You guys watching? What are you guys together for? Also for the UFC 304? You guys watching the UFC show?
We got together to watch the greatest backyard wrestling ever. TBW.
No.
Right?
To be honest, I didn't. I will watch it, but I mean, I didn't watch it because I had JB, and I was hoping for a little more of an announcement, but it was, what it was. I mean, it was nice. I think he was happy to be here.
Here's an announcement. Anybody out there that wants to come to NEW, and if they're not talking so much shit, thinking that they will actually show up, come to NEW. Unlike places out there, we'll give you a confirmed date. We're not worried about weather. We're not worried if it's 102 degrees, 103, 104. It doesn't matter. We'll confirm the date. Rain, blizzard, doesn't matter what.
Well, I'll tell you what. Before I let you guys go, it's funny you said also, speaking with the NEW group, of course, we love the gang here. Obviously, one of our favorites. I always praise you guys. I think I mentioned you in Ace Reed's. He wants to go travel from Australia to America. I think I mentioned you guys in the part of it. He's spending $1,500 to come here. I think actually he's coming not too far from your neck of the woods. He's the hardcore kid apparently, but I'll let you guys handle that from a business standpoint. I'll let you and Justin handle that. But sure, are there companies like TBW, the other Tennessee Fed, UWA that might necessarily be the cup of tea at NEW, or some of the Nexus groups that come on here? You talk about Aaron Blaze. I'll give you a pass on that one. Aaron is a close friend, but I'll give you a pass. But there is one Fed though, or I think that maybe you guys might have some interest in. And I noticed that Ox McCoy had posted about here on this platform. He gave me the photo to post about this, All Wrestling Matters Ultraviolent Cup next year at Summer Bash. And why is that important? Because, Summer Bash takes place in Palo, Iowa, in the Palo Community Center. And there's one company that never seems to be able to, run away from challenges and always seems to run on here from them. And those are the guys in the Iowa Midwest Wrestling Federation, the IMF. And, I'm sure that those guys, if they could find, because, if they wrestled in WCE, if they traveled to WCE, I'm sure that they could go out there and, find a way to, meet you guys somewhere and maybe halfway to Massachusetts. And I don't know what the border is from Massachusetts and, Iowa and such, but I don't know. Maybe they seem like interesting.
You know what? let's give you something to post about it tomorrow, Tom. I know-
Okay. Well, I'm going to be out early tonight, so I might actually do it now or after we're off the air because this is it for the show, really. So go ahead.
Exact plans are for in October. However, when I make my little travel down to Iowa, I know he calls me his brother, but I would love to go one-on-one against Omen Black in a death match, hardcore match, whatever you want to call it. I'll put that out here. Let's break the internet. Fuck it. Omen Black, Jake the Black, one-on-one.
Well, you know what? I'm sure that since it's quote unquote, it's Omen Black's show. It's quote unquote his platform. I am sure that he'll definitely get wind of this, and I'll actually make sure he gets wind of it in a little while because maybe he's sleeping, maybe he's hibernating like bears. Maybe do bears hibernate in Iowa? Do they have bears in Iowa? I don't know, but I'm sure that Mr. Black, he'll definitely get wind of that. And I'm sure that he'll respond in kindly because I have a feeling he'll be back on Sportswire this week. Sean Jovi will be here. I'm sure James Taylor is going to be here real soon, and he'll pop in. And, Anthony will be here. It'll be Link. Mac will go invite because Dean Savage is here Tuesday. Kato, I'm sure. Actually, Kato, you might meet Kato. Actually, thank you for reminding me, Dean Savage, because you might even meet Kato as well because Kato messaged me yesterday. He said, when am I coming back to Sportswire? I was like, I'll figure it out. I think you might be your lucky day. Spoiler alert.
Oh, so I'm gonna get to share the screen.
Would you like to share the screen with them? You should tell them, you know what? Maybe they could go and maybe deal with Anthony as a roommate. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I mean, if they want to come on and they want to, trade some banner, I got some.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure. Oh, I have no doubt that they will. I have no doubt that they will. Oh, I have no doubt. These gentlemen, that's what they live for. I mean, they even interrupted Jimmy Controversy. So if they interrupted Jimmy Controversy, rest assured that they'll be interrupting you. Just trust me.
Hardcore guys, they're good at, throwing around words, swinging weapons, but we're going to see if they can wrestle.
That's going to be an interesting point, because I'm looking forward to asking your opinion on that on Tuesday. I think that'll be certainly something that will get some people talking. There's something to talk about. I want to let you guys get going. Is there anything else you guys want to throw at me? Anything you guys mad at me about? Anything else you want to say? Riot in the Ring, I can't say enough good things about it. I praise it all the time. I'm happy. It was very successful. A lot of guys tell me they were very happy with it. I know I spoke with some different people in different places, really liked the collaboration. I know I spoke with Mr. Hardcore, who's Copper Dragon was his right-hand man, and the GWC Intensity, they praised it. I know, a lot of the guys. I know Tristan Taylor really enjoyed it. I know that a lot of people have, really praised it. I'm really looking forward to the tournament. I know you're going to be back, I think, the week of. I know I have Mickey Vargas here. I have Shock, who was in the Riot in the Ring. I have a lot of the guys, coming in. So I'm looking forward to talking about it that week. I'm sure the Surge will be here as well. And because he's just the Surge, and I'm not going to argue with him. Hell, I'm not going to argue with him. If you want to come here, you don't have to say a word, Mr. Surge. You want to just stand on the screen for an hour? You got it. You're good. Don't worry about it. But, all right. Well, I'm looking forward to, Vortex is coming up. I'm looking forward to the next big show and everything else in between. And I guess anything else you want to say? Because I'm kind of at a loss for words because I think you guys have outgunned me almost. Well, actually, no, not really, but
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Fire
No, actually, I was kidding. I was kidding. I mean, we could talk for the next time. I mean, if you guys want to hang out, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know you guys are busy people and such, but well, how you doing, Tyson? You want to say something to me? What would you like to tell me?
I don't want to say anything. He's good.
Why not? Wait a minute. Why doesn't he want?
I'm just kidding. Fine. Here you go.
See him soon. Stop Flash. You ready, buddy? 2 out of 3 falls. He's still mad with the Kumo match. It was an accident.
Accidents happen out there in the ring. Listen, I will say this. JB was talking about it. I mean, unfortunately, look, things do happen in the ring. I mean, JB was talking about his finger with he lost so much blood and, he thought he was going to basically pass out. As Tarzan Duran said famously, it's not a matter of, how you get hurt. It's when you get hurt. Unfortunately, things do happen. Look, it's not a spectator sport. I mean, what can you do? Just don't do it again. I don't know.
Well, one more thing. Anthony Scales, shut the fuck up. because I want to wrestle you. Stop
Did
talking.
you ever Anthony said I would love you to do that because I feel like Anthony's always like link me and wrestle and everything else, and it's good to see that somebody else wants to wrestle because I'm still trying to figure out this whole Gabe Sayers thing going to Tennessee, and that was the announcement. I was thinking like it was going to be, but actually, you know what? Before I let you guys run, I know why you guys are here now. I got this. I know now. Are you guys looking to put your hats here in the ring? You had this riot in the ring, and maybe you guys want to take over Sportzwire. Maybe because maybe I'm looking to exit stage left. Maybe I'm looking to retire, and maybe you guys decide. You know what? Nobody. We're real in NEW. We do things differently. We do.
To keep you around, Tom. You can only do the intros. You have to keep you around. No one here can do the intros like you can.
Well, turns out I'm actually going to stay on here because it looks like Alan Michaels said he wants to talk about TBW. So, I guess people at this point, they'll pop in. So, hang on. I don't know what you want to do, but also D Savage, who's again apparently chatting, says that Gabe Sayers sucks. That's it. Well
Alan Michaels, come to NEW too.
He could actually. He would come to Massachusetts from Tennessee. Why not? I don't see why he couldn't. He's trained. He's a big boy. I don't know why he wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to come to NEW. If D'Angelo the Flame went there, the way I see it, D'Angelo the Flame was in NEW and he had a lot of success. If I'm anybody out there in this circuit, why wouldn't I want to come in? But I really think that you guys are here because you want to take over Sportswire, which, by the way, I would have no problem with that. If you guys are here because, you guys want to go out there and just be here and, come and take the reins over, by all means.
Well, we're actually here to see if you want to take over NEW. Replace Zane. You can be the owner.
Well, it's funny you said that because I've heard in WCE, I was told by certain people that you want to take over, you want to buy WCE. I'm like, I don't know about that. I've heard other people at XCW. I don't know if I want to do that because Justin Abelstein is coming to Sportswire 2 weeks, a couple weeks from Tuesday. So I'd rather not get in the middle of that. I want to let you guys, because you guys are vicious. You guys are real. You guys are right.
If he has a problem, there's Power Surge, there's Zero, there's me. You're good.
I'm going to say maybe I'd rather deal with Craven Rage and Nicholas Crenson. I think those are maybe more, suitable opponents I could walk over. I don't think these combatants, I think I'm going to say, look, you guys seem like you're doing well. Yes, Rhea, good to see you. You guys are doing well. I don't think, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 2,000 plus subs, Riot in the Ring, all wrestling. Yes, I see. All Wrestling Matters, Hardcore Tournament. You had LaFlame, you got all these big names, Kato and Mackie. Kato and Mac's a big deal to be here, and, I think you guys are doing just fine. Rob O'Malley, the TikTok influencer, I think, I even heard Big Man Cam was interested. Could you imagine Big Man Cam versus Power Surge? That would be a wild match, Big Man Cam, I think you got the muscle advantage easily, though, Power Surge. But the size, he's like a size 36 shoe. He's about 6'17", but that would be one match. You know what? I would actually put some money on that Power Surge and Big Man Cam. But,
that would break the internet. That would break.
Well, his neck is hurt, so I don't think I'm breaking anything because he ain't wrestling anytime soon. But, I would say this.
Say never. Never say
never. Never say never.
We'll see Big Man Cam in NEW.
But you know what? Listen, he's not that far. Ohio to Massachusetts, it's really not. It's not as far for him as going to Indiana and wrestling, Jay Ellis and wrestling Onyx and wrestling, guys there. I would love to see Big Man Cam test his metal and test his shoes figuratively, literally against a Power Surge or a Jake Dvorak or a D Savage, the man owner of the Man Bun. I would love to see him against Zero. I would love to see Big Man Cam against some of these opponents because sure, he could be a part of BYW with Jason Storm and CJ Black, but it's real in NEW. It's real. It's real competition, real wrestlers, and I think that's where he could see if he's really a TikTok influencer. If he's really the TikTok influencer that Big Man Cam is, he wouldn't be going to places like in Indiana where it might be a mix of cosplaying and, backwards, redneck, and type of wrestling strategy and XCW. No, he'll be going to NEW up north where the big boys they literally play. I mean, so that might be something where, he could test his skills rather than where he's been in places like CBW, XCW, if he wants to go to UWA or TBW. Yeah, those guys are down south. Big man Cam, why don't you come up here north to the NEW so we could see you wrestle when you get healthy, big man? So, that's what I would say, but, what do I know? I know absolutely nothing. Yes, and Zero's, maybe he liked the accent. I don't know. My grandmother was born in Kentucky, so, maybe that's where I got it from. I don't know, but that was like 120 years ago, and she's been dead since I'm like, I don't know, a kid, but I don't know. Maybe we'll hang. I don't know. I feel like I should let you guys go watch UFC or just go and,
We're having fun here, Tom.
Oh, if you're having fun, I don't know where to go. By the way, Joe Starr wants to say hello. He does want to say hello. He would like to say, why isn't Joe Starr with you guys right now, actually? Where is Joe Starr?
He's a loser and he doesn't stay.
Well, if he lost his match, I can't call him a loser. I didn't see the match here, so if the match was taped and he lost, I can't call him a loser on that. But if he lost, he's lost. But maybe he, why hasn't Joe Starr made his way? Actually, why hasn't Joe Starr made his way to Sportswire? I would like to know that.
Shima been on Sportswire. All eyes on Shima. That's the point.
Well, we'll certainly see. We'll see. D Sandwich is here Tuesday.
Oh.
Definitely tune in to D Sandwich. And Justin Abel, his efforts to come here and talk about your match in the UWF. And how did you like being in the UWF? Though that's a good question I'd like to ask you. How did you like the experience in the UWF?
It was great. I got to beat up Sane in another state once again. He was looking up at the sky here at 1, 2, 3. The crowd hated me at the start, but after they seen what I could do, they were all popping for me at the end, and I was a little bit surprised here, But
why not? Why would you surprise for? What would you be surprised if you were winning?
Crackheads out there, they can't make up their mind, so I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna.
Philadelphia? Were you in Philadelphia?
Huh?
You were in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah, they're probably all on fentanyl and all that crap.
I was gonna say Philadelphia, probably a lot of crackheads. Probably a lot of crackheads.
All the UWF guys there welcomed me with open arms. I love my experience there. I thank everybody that made it happen. I had nothing but good things to say about it. I'm just being a smart ass. The crowd was really cool. After the match, multiple people came up to me and they were checking in on me because of the blood that I was having on my face. But everybody was.
I was telling you, I was watching. I saw some of the footage on Instagram, and I really I've gotten a chance to watch their product for the past 8 or 9 months, and I really like the kind of niche that they have. I think Eddie Exile was talking about it on Monday's show. They have this really nice support system, a good mix of different things, and they seem to do really well with that. And I think it's a good fit. I would like to see hopefully you and Justin, maybe some of the other crew in NEW go over there, whether it's Rhea or Tyson or Zero, or certainly not Rocky for sure. Definitely not Rocky. I'm not going to ask you about Rocky, but I would love to see if there's a will and a way for for guys and gals that would like to go there, that to have that opportunity, because I think it's a product that has a really good following. By the way, really, really strong following.
Yep. I love it down there. It was very fun. Not the best neighborhood, I'll say that. Very surprised that we walked out and the rental car was still intact, but
yeah, well, that's but that's how it goes. I think it's a good. I think you take a lot away from going back in a live experience, maybe working on things in NEW and getting things. I'm sure that's also got to be a nice little boost for you guys to go back out there and having that type of run over there.
No, it's definitely a good experience. Definitely different compared to, we have our, small crowds over here, but that venue is pretty much sold out. It doesn't look like a huge place, but it's decent size. I can tell you it's hot as hell.
That was really hot that weekend. Oh my goodness, here in the Northeast. It was like, holy shoot. It was
playing at different points. People were doing moshing out there.
Yeah, I saw the band stuff. I thought that was really cool seeing the band stuff, and I thought that was really like, I like that kind of stuff, kind of a mix of like the punk world and the mix of, the wrestling and the fans, the mosh pit. I always kind of, like those worlds. And, one of the things I'm really liking so far about these Vortex shows, and you guys carried it over in the Riot in the Ring, and I'm sure I'll talk about it with Mr. Savage, the Savage Animal himself on Tuesday show, commentary. I really feel like the commentary adds something. How do you like seeing commentary? Because I know there's a certain somebody that does commentary, but how are you liking seeing commentary added to the company's product right now?
I like it a lot. There was always the request for it from our fans. It's with Outside Life, just another layer of editing and stuff to the actual video. So it was one of those things that kind of was on the back burner for a while, but we found a time, slot to be able to do it, and we plan to keep on continuing it. I like it. I think it adds something to the product. We're going to keep it as long as we can. Definitely different. I think it does add a lot to our episodes. I highly enjoy the Riot in the Ring commentating.
Oh my God, I love the nice little, 2-man booth there. Commentary to me, it like reminds me of like a big event. It's a big event feel, especially when you have a good commentary team. Like you have that, be able to tell that story, paint that picture. I think that, feds that, whether you like their product or not, that have a good commentary, that makes you want to come back to the product. And I think that you guys have had a very successful product, 2,000 plus subs. But I think to have the commentary, and I was watching the show yesterday, and you had some people, watching it live, and I think that adds a lot, especially in the stuff you have coming up in the works. I know there's going to be a lot of great stuff that people, I think, are going to be very excited to check out. So I'm always a big believer in commentary. And, I think, you look at some of the feds that have the commentary, you want to go back and watch it. And, if you can do it, great. And it's something that you can add. I think it's another added layer to the success of the product and what you guys have all done as a company.
I appreciate that. I agree.
Oh, that's great. And also, Sean Jovi wanted to say a couple things here. He said hi, and first of all, yes, congratulations on 2,000 subs. I think I gave you guys a certificate. Did I give you guys a certificate with the 2,000 subs? Yes, 2,000. I don't know if they got them all in America, though, Sean Jovi. You do realize it's YouTube. There are people that watch all over the place. So I don't know if they've got 2,000 subscribers in America. They might actually have some subscribers in other parts of the world, because YouTube is for people all over the place. So they actually might not have 2,000 subs in America. If they want to check and get to 2,000 subs in America, I will give them a proclamation if that's what you want. Joe Starr said, hope you're enjoying the night, Zilla, but he didn't tell you guys to enjoy the night. Why do you think that was?
It's because I think he's just jealous of the whole entire roster. Joe Starr is just not on the level as Zero, Power Surge. I mean, he's better than Tyson Spade. But
Hey, but Tyson Spade was your world champ for a while. You can say all you want about that, but he was the world champion. I mean, and he was the world champion a lot longer than D Savage, the man bun.
A fluke because you didn't face me during your title reign, because you would have lost.
Well, I would still say he was world champion longer than D Savage. So at the end of the day, he's still a world champion longer than D Savage.
I cannot argue with that fact.
I think Tyson Spade liked that. Also, Joe Starr wanted to say that he's not jealous, that, hey, maybe later in timing we will see. And there's D Savage.
My 2 minutes 36 seconds was better than Spade's 3-month reign.
Why? But how could you say that, though?
Yeah, but how can you say that?
I say that?
It's 2 minutes and 36 seconds. He had 3+ months. He had 3.5 months. But do you have a reason? Do you have a rationale why? This is an objective question, and no, I appreciate you. I mean, but what would be the rationale as to how a 2 minute? And I'm just help me understand this. Now, I know there's been a lot of things on Sportswire of late that I've tried to ask to make sense, but make this make sense, and how a 2 minute and 36 second title run would be better than someone's 3.5 month title run. I'd be curious here, really.
All right. Let's look at what he did in that time. I did.
Well,
against Sane had the dumbest match of the season.
But how could you say that you have other competitors that had far dumber matches or shorter matches?
I'm the one who ended his title reign.
I understand that, but your run ended in 2 minutes and 36 seconds, though. What was it? What was special? What was the moment in your run? What, getting the title and then just like.
Thank you for ending this dumbass reign.
But that's all the reign was. You won the title. You looked at it. We had you here after it. You were like, you lost it. How is that a run? No, seriously, this is an objective question. I mean, to me, this is more important than like world peace, figuring out the debt, figuring out immigration, figuring out. I mean, this is more important than those things. So I'm curious on how would you be able to, sir, with all due respect, as much respect and appreciation I have for you, especially for that man bun. How would a 2 minute and 36 second run be better than a 3.5 month run? I think people now are looking. You know, you're live now in prime time. The Brad's at the biggest stage. Help you make sense.
If you look at the views before he won the championship, and then he wins the championship, look at the views, and now that he's not.
But after the title. Okay, guy, I got your foot. I'll let you speak. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
The views are going to go back up now that the title is off Spade, and we just needed somebody to do that. Now it's me.
But you lost it though. But your run, it's not about Jake's run, anybody else's run. Your run was 2 minutes and 36 seconds. It's not about Jake's run versus Tyson's run. It's your run versus his. You had 2 minutes and 36 seconds though. I don't know. I mean, do people talk about in history Drew McIntyre's run and how that run was better than, I don't know, Seth Rollins' run? Do people talk about Yokozuna's run when he won for a minute and was that a better run than Bret Hart's run after he took the title from Bret Hart? I mean, what was Bob Backlund the champion for, like 2 days? Did people talk about that run? I mean, like, I'm just trying to like figure it out here. How would the 2 minute and 36 second run really, be that much better than a 3.5 month run? Objectively, Tyson Spade, he helped the title and he helped grow the company. Still as champion, the subs went up. The company gained exposure.
The views didn't. Okay. Yeah, the views went down.
But the subs went up. Subs went up, which is an important engagement. Subs are important.
Listen, don't give him any.
The subs went up, but where were they on the videos?
Yeah.
That would be a question you'd have to ask other people. I did obviously give you 3 subs during that run because I have 3 YouTube pages. So I want to say I would certainly be different than the other people. If you want, I can ask other people about that question and get back to you. But still, sir, the question, and it still remains, a 2 minute and 36 second title run. It can't be better than a 3.5 month run. It just can't be. Yes. I'm going to see you at Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Listen, you're going to much rather want to deal with this than Mac 10 and Kato. Because Kato's going to have Naomi in the background, and Kato's going to be... Kato, well, let me just say this, and Kato, I just want to tell you this for your advice, warning shot. To quote Xavier Thorne, warning shot here right now. Let me give you a warning shot right now. Kato, when he left me a message the other day, he was speaking almost like Sid would in a promo, very low and, almost like, I don't know, more or less just like psychotic. And he was like, brother, when am I coming back to Sportswire? I'm going to be coming to Massachusetts. And, who do you think, who's coming on so I can talk to them? And you're going to deal with the Brunson and Naomi in the background. And then Mac 10, who's going to be, he just dealt with Gabe Sayers for like 2 days. He's going to be in a foul mood. You could clap, yes. Definitely clap. I'm just saying, don't worry about me. I'm on your side. I'm on your team. But those guys aren't going to be on your team. I'm just saying. I just still wanted to know, though. You still didn't answer my question about the 2 minute, 36 second run, though. I feel like this has turned into an episode of Headbangers Ball where like the band comes on and like Ricky Rackman's there and it's like we're talking and it's like people are still waiting for something and and also Joe Star, before I come back to this, the person behind it, Tom Savage, up next. Sorry, Spade, not really. LOL. So
2 minutes and whatever reign. The highest viewed episode during Spade's reign, he wasn't even on it.
Bang.
Well, you know what he was taking. You know what he was doing. I got this for you, Spade. What he was doing was he was letting other people take the spotlight off him.
You mean actually build the spotlight?
maybe. Do you have anything you want to say, or no?
Only one champion. There's other people on the thumb list. Savage was on some of those thumbnails.
Yeah, who was the biggest draw?
Well, Alan Michaels will wait till tomorrow. I think I'm going to hang out with you guys for a little bit because this is interesting.
Bang, bang. The biggest draw during his reign was Rhea Silver.
Well, I mean, listen. I think Tyson Spade wanted his sibling to, to her to do well, and I think Tyson Spade was a giving champion. He was just generous. He was just trying to be generous to support his colleagues.
Tom,
I'm pretty sure that
He
was a
failed.
match.
fuck him.
Facing me.
The only reason he had the belt for 3 months was because he didn't wrestle me first.
Hey, what
You
about
got to deal with him again, though. But you've got, and he beat you up last week, by the way. You know what, D Savage? He got the last laugh on you last week on Vortex, by the way.
You're welcome, brother.
You got to deal with Tyson Spade too. You guys aren't done with, by the way. I want to let you know.
But what?
You guys aren't done with.
In a Star Clash, he will be done. Because when I beat him, he's getting fired.
He's right behind you. I don't think he's being fired at the moment.
Listen,
You saw
Savage
it wrong.
pretends like he hates me.
There's a lot of things I have wrong with, obviously, but this is not one of them. This is not. I can tell you that this is not one of them. This is not one of them. So I mean, I think the answer has been given. A 2-minute 36-second title run nowhere on earth is still not as good as a 3.5-month title run. Even if you say, objectively speaking, viewership sort of was middling. I'll say middling because I don't want to say down. It would be unfair to say that the viewership is down because the viewership is unfair. But the subs were up. The subs were up.
Even he's laughing. He knows that's bullshit.
Well, I have been told I'm a pretty good. Listen, I have been told in my life I was a pretty good bullshitter. I don't know if that's true or not, but I will say that the subs were up though. The good news was that the subs were up. So,
But fuck, the views were down the video.
the subs were up. Hey, subs were up. Focus on the positives.
Yes, they lost.
Well, he lost the time. Well, that's true. I mean, objectively speaking, he lost the title. Well, he still didn't have. D Savage did not have a better run than Tyson Spade as a champion.
You're the only one that thinks that.
Well, how about the fans? You have to ask the NEW fans that question.
fuck him?
Well, no. You can't say it to the fans. It's the fans that.
A heel turn on sports.
It's the fans that make the dream all come true. You can't say that. That's not nice to the fans. The fans make it all happen. They make it all special.
I am at this point. Fuck him.
All right.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm sure that they'll return the favor on August 24th. No comment, D Savage. Saving that.
What did you say? I
said that the fans will return. I said the fans will return the favor on August 24th.
The fans are gonna see me fucking beat Spade, and then he's gonna be gone forever. And then I'm gonna win that tournament on the 24th. And then I don't know, maybe me and Jake here are gonna have to run that one back for the Undisputed Championship.
Well, let's go one at a time. So let's focus on Spade. You have a lot of work to do with MAC 10. Now, if you get past MAC 10 and you obviously win the tournament, I would say that would be very impressive, and you definitely have a chance. Sir, there's a lot of great people in the All Wrestling Matters hardcore tournament. But speaking of people that would like to say hello from Tennessee, and that's Atomic Titan. Would you welcome him into Massachusetts as well still, or nah?
How about this? I gotta think of a confirmed date to, figure it all out. It's kind of hot here in Massachusetts. We're running a little bit behind schedule. So, maybe.
You style from?
No, Titan's the one that puts ketchup on his face and act like he's hardcore.
Yeah,
That wasn't Anthony Steele who said that either, or James Taylor.
How about this? If I win the hardcore title in NEW, are you going to bow down to me, Tom?
I bow down to you all the time, though. I mean,
all right, that's fair.
you're the best on the card. You're the best on the card. You have the most championships of any Sportzwire Radio Hall of Famer. I mean,
now, Spade, can you say that? Nope, doesn't matter. All right.
And before I let you guys go, Atomic said, yeah, TBW and Resurrection were on a show today. Yes, they were on a show, Revenge Rumble. Yes, we knew that. We knew that. We definitely knew that. We talked about it yesterday on the show. All right, I think I'm going to get out of here. Anything else you guys want to say? Because now I think at this point, I don't know what else we want to say.
Titan's afraid of me. Steele's afraid of me because he ain't coming down to Massachusetts because he's all talk and he doesn't want to wrestle me. Omen Black, I challenge you, so let me know. Spade, you suck. I love you. Zero, you're the
Now,
man.
and you know what? Well, fans go, Blaze. I want to say this. Blaze doesn't live far from you guys.
He's not showing up. He's been trying to come here since like 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Next year, following year, he's not showing up. Don't expect him to be here.
I'll tell you what, though. And last thing, I know I keep saying last thing.
Let him stay in Tennessee. He's safer there for himself.
Which is actually kind of scary. You said that he's safer there, considering what's going on there. But I will say this much: Big Man Cam. Now that's the one I'm keeping an eye on. That's the one that one I'd like to see. I don't know if I will see it, but all right, I'm going to let you guys run because I think it's time to say sayonara at this point. Alan Michaels can wait another day. My voice does hurt, and also. Joe Star said Tennessee trip. Well, if Gabe Sayers went to Tennessee, why can't you guys go?
Listen, Resurrection will go to TBW. If they want to face us, they can come here. That's all I'm saying.
We tried down there.
Yeah, we tried for almost a whole month, maybe a month and a half. Ain't happening. If they want to come and wrestle us.
Well, I mean, there is actually one more. There's one more company in Tennessee that probably actually would be very interested in you guys, and I actually could, probably put you in the Facebook message chat. I'm sure I could say this, but pretty certain because I'm in it. The new PWF Mid-South. There's a whole bunch of guys that are in the PWF Mid-South, and I hear through the grapevine that they're working on something else. I mean,
let us go down there, win their titles, bring them back to Massachusetts, make them relevant, make them prestigious.
All right, so you know what I'm going to do? When we're off the air, I'll put you in that Facebook chat. You want to be in the I'll put on, seriously. I'll put you.
Put the titles on us. We'll
all right, so I'm going to put you in the. All right, so we're going to hang up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will put you in the Facebook chat. I will put you in the chat. We'll put you in, whoever else you want in the chat. And I'm sure that those individuals there will be more than happy to, collaborate. And we'll go from there. And that was the unexpectedly NEW group. We got Zero, who's definitely not Zero. We've got Jake Dvorak. He's the current champion. Power Surge, who really could be like Travis and Taylor's bodyguard. Ray and Silver. How you doing, Ray? Good to see you as always. Our hardcore champion. We got Tyson Spirit, who I still said had a better world title run than D Savage's. D Savage, who's ran. You're welcome. D Savage's run. Who's we got the host of the Man Bun. He'll be here Tuesday at 8. Did I miss anybody else?
No,
that's it.
Good enough. Thank you, everybody. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. I'm here with Tyler Fury, 8 o'clock tomorrow, and then maybe James Taylor because I want to hear a word about what happened at Resurrection. But thank you, everybody, and have a great night and enjoy. And go support the gang at NEW. I get to 1,000 subs. I get their tattoo, and even better, these guys, I'm going to try to get exactly that. You'll give it to me. I'm going to get there. And also, I want to repeat 3 more things. 1,000 subs, anybody that's from the gang or anybody out there, you can come on. You can roast me. It'll be for the whole night. You can come on in and out of the evening. It'll be like the roast of Tom Brady. It'll be the roast of me. 1,000 subs, that's one thing. 1,500 subs, I'm going to perform Loose Cannon's rap song on the air. So I get to 1,500 songs. I'm perform. Jack Delta put the challenge out. First, he said 2,000. I said, I'll do it at 1,500. I'm doing that. And then 2,000 subs. Here's the better one. 2,000 subs, I'm going to, for a whole week, I'm going to leave the floor open on Sportswire. So if anybody wants to guest, come on the stream, you want to force me to sit there and hear you torture me, agitate me, or just want to host the show, anybody's welcome for a whole week. And on top of that, with 2,000 subs, I'm going to donate to a charity of anybody's cause. I will donate $150. So if somebody has a chat, whether it's wrestling related, if it's helping the animals or something like that, something that's really beneficial, I will donate $150, which I know people will say, oh, for you it's like 15 cents, but still, I believe it's a nice gesture. I would like, so that, and also one more, I forgot, 1,000, I'm going to do the C2K rap song, by the way.
What about 3,000? Will you do the recreation of the music video I sent to you a few weeks ago?
That's the Loose Cannon one.
No, it's the one that I sent you a few weeks ago. It's a different person. It's someone that...
Well, I feel like I'm not going to get to 3,000 until like 2030, though. I mean, I feel like I'm going to get to 1,000 in a few months. I think 1,500 I'll get to in like, I don't know, a few months, 6 months. 3,000. I mean, yeah, all right. I guess, but I don't feel like I'm getting to 3,000. And you guys don't have 3,000. You're gonna get to 3,000 before me. I tell you what. You know what? I'll double the ante. When you get to 3,000, because you're at 2,000. I'm only at like 800 something. So you guys are at 2,000. Yeah. When you guys get to 3,000, how does that sound? Because you guys are closer to me. You guys are closer to 3,000. So actually, you know what? I'll even do it better for you. You know what? I'll do it better. I'll double the wager. Forget 3,000, right? You guys are at 2,000 something, right? We just saw it on the screen. I'll tell you what. I'll make your day. When you guys get to 2,500, you guys get to 2,500. 2,500 is very doable this year, right? 2,500 is very doable this year. What did you start this year? What, 1,600?
Something like that, maybe.
So you get to when you get to 2,500, I'll do that.
Okay.
I make a deal with everybody that you can quote me on that. 25, because 2,500, that's doable.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we got the point. Thank you, everybody. I really am trying to go get a drink of water. Let these guys go hang out and gals. Thank you so much. Thank you to my original guest, JB, who really didn't quite shit the bed, but, well, he kind of did, and that's okay. But thank you, everybody. I'll see everybody tomorrow, and have a great night.